Hello everyone, this is Giovany back here at Flick Reviews. Today I'm doing the spoiler review of Star Wars Episode VIII, The Last Jedi. My cousins Ivan and Brian are joining me. And again, this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, go back and see it, and then come back and watch this video because there's a lot of details, information, spoilers, stuff that happens in the movie that if you haven't seen it, you're not going to enjoy what's going on. So I'm also doing my giveaway of FUNKO Pops. I'm giving away Captain Phasma, Kylo Ren, Rey, and I'm doing a giveaway of the Last Jedi poster. The details of the how to win is on the description of the video. So just look at the description there. You must be within the US. You must be a subscriber to my channel. And comment if you are a subscriber. Type subscriber or been subscribed if you've been subscribed for a while now. And with that being said, let's get started. Alright everyone, so again, this is a spoiler review of The Last Jedi. We're going to go into the details of what happens in the story. So as I mentioned in my non-spoiler review of the movie, I liked it for the most part. There's some issues with it, I had some problems with it. But overall, I did really like the movie. So in my review, I gave it an A-. It's a C it for me. But now I have my two cousins here, Ivan and Brian, and they're going to give their input. And we're going to give more details as to what really happened in the movie. So overall, I'm going to start with you, Brian. What did you think of the story of The Last Jedi?
I thought it was good. There were some mistakes, obviously, too. I agree. There was some parts where they were trying to do something, like, be funny, and they just took me out of the scene. But overall, I really liked the movie. It was very memorable, especially the Luke scenes. Those were my favorite. Kylo Ren too. It's pretty awesome.
Ivan, what about you? Overall, the story, just the story of the movie.
Yeah, same with Brian. I really liked it. There's a lot of, like he said, memorable scenes. A lot of problems with it. And
what about the direction? You know, we have Rian Johnson who's directing this movie now. Last time it was J. Abrams. Did you really notice a big difference? Did you prefer Rian
definitely.
Johnson? Okay.
I would have preferred J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, okay.
So he's doing the next Star Wars movie, Episode 9.
Yeah.
So he's doing that. But as far as Rian Johnson in this film, he definitely took it to a different direction. I actually thought it was going to be darker than what it was.
Yeah.
It was more comedic than what I was expecting. You didn't really like the comedic parts of Star Wars that much, of Last Jedi, or did you really?
No, not too much.
I also didn't. I thought they were really like aimed for children. I think it's probably Disney stepping in and.
You think it was too forced, no pun intended?
Yeah, I think some of the jokes were a little too forced in the season. Like I said before, they did take me out of the scene for a little bit, but.
See, I didn't mind the comedic parts, like the beginning of the movie. They have Poe. And he's like doing these jokes. It's a very serious situation, and he's joking with General Hux. So like, am I holding for General Hux or whatever?
Yeah.
And like I thought it was funny because I know Poe. He's done this before in Force Awakens with Kylo. He's just like fucking around with him and stuff. When he's like, "Do I talk? You talk." Whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean that part, it's part of his character, so I didn't mind that.
I didn't mind that scene at all. I really liked that scene with Poe. It goes with like his character. Obviously, at the face of danger, he's still okay with joking around. So yeah, it's.
What about Luke Skywalker's little joke, sarcastic lines and whatnot?
Well,
I'm okay with it because he disconnected for years, so you never know what kind of personality people develop with isolation. So I'm okay with that. You never know, anything can happen.
Right.
The one part that I didn't like of Luke Skywalker with him joking around was at the end when he got blasted by all the what do you call them, the walkers?
Yeah, they teach.
Yeah, and he just goes like this. I didn't like that part. It took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Going back to Poe, I think it was funny. I think it was in line with his character. I just think it was a little too much. Like they dragged it on for too long. I think.
What are you talking about the Poe?
Going back to Poe, yeah.
Beginning- the first
it was when with
Oh,
him
okay.
doing that bid with Hux.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was in line with his character. I just thought that they probably overused it. They did it.
The thing about that is that I like it because it works with his character of, you know, like making light of situations, even if it's dangerous. But also, he needed to milk the situation.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I like
yeah,
it. Where if it was completely pointless, like if he was flying away or anything, but no, he was flying towards them and he needed to delay that
Exactly.
situation. So I'm okay with that because it worked
Yeah.
on two ways. So
And as far as that part you're talking about Luke,
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
Okay.
I did mind it.
I know that you did. 'Cause you
Yeah.
told me directly.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Brian also
I
didn't like
did
that
mind
part.
I did not like it, and a lot of people in the theaters did like it. I just didn't.
Mhm. What about the porgs? Did you mind the porgs? You know, Disney was really pushing the porgs to, I'm guessing, to sell merchandise.
I like them.
So, did you think that they took you out of the movie? Were they just enough in it that they're fine? What did you think of it?
Okay, so I didn't see the trailers. So
Oh,
for you guys had like what, maybe 2 months of knowing about those little creatures.
Yeah.
So when I saw that movie, to me they came out of nowhere and they were really small. But if I would have probably seen them in trailers, I would have been expecting them and have been having like all these thoughts on how they were going to be implemented into the story, which they weren't really in like,
Right. They're
Yeah.
not like a big roar.
yeah, they didn't have a role or anything. They didn't have anything to do with it. So to me, because I never saw the trailers before I saw the movie, they came out of nowhere. They didn't interfere with the story, so they were okay.
Have
But
you seen the trailer now?
I saw the trailer now after I saw the
They
movie.
just have them like in one.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, but I would have been thinking like, how are these characters gonna be? How are these creatures gonna be? Are they characters or you know like? If just creatures, but they were just random creatures, so I was okay with it.
Yeah, I saw him as a sidekick character too, just in the trailer, and
Mhm.
that's what they ended up being. If, as far as like were they overused, I think they were just right, maybe a little bit overused, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, they did do the same bit, you know, like
Yeah, the
scream.
mouth,
Yeah,
the cute
yeah.
face
So
and everything.
I was okay with it. I don't
Like
mind.
the, what's the cat from that Shrek movie? What's it called? Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots.
Who does the little...
Oh, the puppy dog.
Yeah, the little
Yeah,
puppy dog
the
eyes.
big eyes, yeah.
Okay, guys.
They do that.
Yeah.
But I think they were just enough. They had the enough screen time that they didn't become annoying or anything.
I think they were going for probably the cute factor with the with girls probably because my girlfriend really liked it and
kids.
and kids probably too. So it worked for them.
Yeah. Do they? I don't know. Have you seen any toys or anything?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the Funko Pop for my
Funko-
girlfriend, but she
For
won't
the
see it
little
until after
creatures?
I give it to her. Yeah.
There's
Oh,
stuffed
okay.
animals, there's
Yeah.
stickers,
That's-
everywhere, everything.
Yeah, that's
forward.
what I heard recently. Was that like that's the only reason they were creating
So I was
it.
like,
Just-
yeah,
of
they're
course.
gonna-
They're gonna
Okay.
sell merchandise.
So what did you guys think about the intro of The Last Jedi?
I liked it.
Ivan?
I really liked it. That scene where it wasn't like when all the other bombers got shot down, and the last bomber made it into the target area, but it was really difficult to even launch the bombs. I really liked it, and I liked that character died. The sister of Rose. Yeah, it was really cool.
A heroic death.
Yes, and it was very cinematic at the very beginning. So yeah, I really liked it a lot. I was very happy.
So with the intro, that scene you're talking about, that battle, I did notice that the CGI in that movie was really good. I mean, you know, all Star Wars movies have good CGI, but this particular scene looked like really realistic. Like you can really feel like the danger and whatnot. And some of them like start blowing up. They sort of blow up like a little slowly, and they start going down a little bit, and just like blow up, and it just looked like legit.
And it's good CGI. They don't have to do quick cuts. you know. Whereas that they were able to take their time on the shot that what was going on, so you can really see what was going on.
Yeah, like everything's like blowing up
Yeah.
in different areas, little
Mhm.
by little, and then it starts like going down.
Yeah.
That looked really good. Regarding the new characters, we have Rose, we have Holdo, played by Laura Dern, and then we have I think his name is DJ, played by Benicio del Toro. So, what did you guys think about these three new additions to The Last Jedi and Star Wars?
Not like maybe Rose is probably the best character, and the other two were throwaways, just added for no reason.
Benicio del Toro's performance was probably the best out of the three new characters, but impact roles probably Rose. Yeah.
Benicio del Toro, he's a really good actor, but I don't think he did anything new in this character. I feel like his character reminded me a little bit of
The Collector in the Guardians. Is that what you're
a
talking
little
about?
bit in the Collectors, but mostly in The Usual Suspects. You know, like quirky, has a weird accent, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like part of his character was his voice, you know, which had nothing to do with the story. You know, his ambition is just getting, you know, credits from whatever, from either the good guys or the bad guys, which I thought was cool. The best part of his story was that there's little difference between the First Order and the Resistance. You know, they're both fighting each other, and they're both looking for weapons. So I did like that about him, but overall, I thought he was unnecessary. The only reason they needed him was just for one door. That's it. So because of him, they had to do the whole story of Finn and Rose going to that planet, and they added so much because of that.
And about that, since you mentioned that about Benicio del Toro, what did you thought about the story arc with the casino and the whole thing with Finn and Rose? Let's start with you, Brian.
I didn't really care for the casino thing. Like I said before, I was talking to you guys earlier. It took me out of the movie a lot. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Everything was exactly how you would picture Earth with aliens visiting us in the future.
And I don't like
All
that.
the security was humans. They had the same system, casinos, slot machines, and the prison. Everything was exactly racing. Nothing about it was anything.
Coincidence?
Yeah, nothing about it showed that it was.
A Star Wars
yeah,
movie in a
like-
galaxy
yeah.
far, far away, long time ago.
What did you think about the little animal creatures that they're trying to say? Well, Rose was. What did you think about that whole situation, that whole scene of trying to rescue them?
To me, that's probably like the most political thing of the movie is like the 1%, you know, the rich, and then animal cruelty. So to me, that was very political, which I get it. It's okay, like it's good for like an overall message, but very unnecessary for. Come on, like they have the same problems that we have here.
Yeah.
Animal cruelty, like
Yeah.
the poor against the rich. That's the thing I didn't like about it. It was it was a message. That's all.
That part definitely took me out of the movie.
Me too.
It was just out of nowhere. It just
Mhm.
was in there, and I'm like, why is this in there right now? And then what about Laura Dern's character, Holdo?
If she would have been introduced maybe in The Force Awakens, I think they would have been maybe even perfect. But because she came out of nowhere, I did not like how they handled the whole situation. They should have replaced what's the character's name? Holdo? Yeah, they should have replaced her character with Akbar. Because she comes out of nowhere. She means a lot to the Resistance. She sacrifices herself, which would have been the perfect way to send off Akbar, instead of having Akbar just be one of the casualties of that explosion in the bridge, where Leia survives. Instead of him just dying, he should have been the one to sacrifice himself to save the rest of the Resistance. But she comes out of nowhere. She means so much. She even has a proper send-off with Leia. Like they hug each other, and they will say their goodbyes. a lot of other major characters don't get that, and she's a nobody that comes in this. She's introduced in this movie, and she gets a proper send off that should have been given to any other character that was already established. I did not like that.
So, did you want to mention anything else about Laura Dern's character, or?
I didn't see the point in her having purple hair. Initially, I didn't care for her, but towards the end, yeah, she was an okay character. We did discuss this earlier about Akbar being the one to, sacrifice himself, or maybe even Leia. Why did they take so long to do that? That's probably something they should have done from the very beginning. Launch the transport ships, aim it to, because there's no computers that can do it, I guess. Aim it towards the fleet coming at them and hit the light speed. And, visually also, that was really good. That was like probably the best looking scene in the movie. The big ships, light speed going into all the fleet coming at them.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
I don't know if it was a problem with writing or a problem with continuity or whatever, because so much is happening when she's just sitting there do something. How many transport ships need to get destroyed before you decide that this is the best plan? I'm gonna sacrifice myself and save hundreds of people probably.
So you were like Poe.
Yeah.
Let's do something.
Yeah.
But I'll give him a pass on that, because I get that she should have sacrificed herself earlier.
Yeah.
To save.
Sacrifice.
To save
a lot of
more.
people.
Yeah, a lot more ships.
A lot more.
But I give him a pass just because you don't always know how somebody would be thinking when they have a plan that they think is perfect, and then it starts falling apart. Just like, how long would it take you to realize I should turn the ship around and jump speed to the cruiser?
She was really against new ideas or good ideas from Poe Dameron. He probably could have given her that idea. She was really closed off in hearing good ideas. But I guess it turns out that she wasn't that good of a critical thinker.
All right, so now we're gonna go into favorite characters. So, Ivan.
Favorite characters, I would have to go with BB-8, Kylo Ren. As of right now, I have to go with those two right now.
Right.
For me, favorite character is Luke, obviously, and Kylo Ren, Ben, and Rey.
Okay, so my favorite characters are Kylo Ren, BB-8, Luke, and the guards. Adam Driver really stood out to me a lot more in Last Jedi. I like the character from The Force Awakens. I like his lightsaber, and I like that he's conflicted. He's kind of like Darth Vader, but he shines a lot more in this movie.
Okay, so what they did with the Praetorian Guards is what I wanted from the Knights of Ren in Force Awakens. I did not want lines. I did not want character development out of them. I thought they would look so cool that I just wanted them in the movie. I purposely didn't see the trailers, so they were, to me, every scene of them was new. So I loved their scenes, and that's exactly what I wanted from the Knights of Ren. In Force Awakens, I didn't know that they were just a flashback. So they came in, did exactly what I wanted. They looked cool. They
Fought well.
Yeah, they were adversaries. They were a threat. Yeah, they were really cool. So I liked them a lot. They did not need them to have lines. So.
Like Palpatines and the Emperors, their guards, they never actually fight, right?
No, they never did anything.
Just stand there. It's we never see them do anything. Mm-hmm. They're just there. And then this time they actually use them with snow.
And another cool thing about them was that they fought after the person they're supposed to be protecting was killed. So they were very driven. Either they had to protect this person, or they cared so much about this person that after they were dead, they fought to the death to fight their assassins.
Yeah, even after the fact, they were still as committed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Even though Snoke was half of them.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, that was a big surprise. Snoke dying off really quick,
Yeah.
Getting the Darth Maul treatment.
I don't know if they're gonna be. Snoke might be back.
Yeah.
Just like the same way Darth Maul was back in the Clone Wars.
Right.
It's possible for him to survive that cut.
Yeah, I mean, he's really strong in the Force, so you never know.
There's tongue out of them.
Yeah, they did show that scene to make it seem he's really dead.
To me, I mean, that guy should have just got the lightsaber and decapitated him. Just make sure that he's completely dead, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, he could have turned on the lightsaber and just like had it spin up
A few times in his head, you know.
Yeah, he did. He is cut perfectly, so it's possible he might be back in the ninth film, but I don't know. Unlikely.
I think it was just a red herring. He was just a distraction, and Kylo Ren was really supposed to be the main.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like that, where they make it seem like this is the threat, and like the fans are worried about this possible scenario happening.
They start formulating
Yeah,
theories.
yeah.
That also happens with Rey's parents, which
Yes,
they now
yeah.
know they're nobodies, and I like that.
Yeah, I like that they build up, and
She's a nobody.
Yeah,
from,
and
you know,
they leave it to the fans to build it up.
no name place,
Yeah.
no name person, no name parents.
Yeah, she didn't need to be Obi-Wan's granddaughter. She didn't need
Yeah.
to be Luke Skywalker.
I was pretty satisfied with the answer of who her parents were or
Yeah.
are.
Jar Jar's whatever stepsister.
Yeah, because it's funny to me now. Everyone who was formulating their theories and yeah.
Yeah, as I mentioned, BB-8 is one of my favorite characters in this movie. Surprisingly, there's some stuff that happens with BB-8. You said BB-8 was one of your favorite characters in this movie too. So why did you like BB-8?
I like BB-8 because at the whole time it was possible for BB-8 to be destroyed. Like she didn't seem like a character that would be very pivotal to to the scenes, but she was. She helped out Poe in the beginning. She rescued Finn and Rose when she hacked into the AT-AT, and still, even though we already know like what kind of comedic scenes we can get out of BB-8, she was able to surprise us. So there's a lot of things that I liked about BB-8.
I don't think you mentioned BB-8.
I really like BB-8, but as far as favorite characters, I'm sticking with mine 3. Yeah, but I mean, I really like BB-8. It's a non-speaking role where you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is always good. I think I read somewhere that people are complaining they should add subtitles so like Chewbacca and BB-8.
You could have said that about R2 also, but
yeah, you don't need that.
No.
It's like you just know enough, and then if it's something important, then someone else will mention something like, "Oh, you're doing this," blah blah.
Yeah. That's what they usually do.
And
Exposition.
So we
Yeah,
haven't actually
I like
talked
that.
about too much about Luke Skywalker.